A while back, I did a few videos about converting a Heil scraper or earth mover from the cable winch operation over to hydraulic operation. And I said in those videos that I would get some footage of this thing in use. And the customer agreed to give me a call when they actually use the thing to dig their pond. Well, they gave me a call, and it wasn't to come down and get some footage of the thing in action. They actually wanted me to operate it. Sweet! So here's a little footage of me running the Heil scraper that I converted over to hydraulic operation, being pulled by a versatile 835. I had to do most of this from the cab, as I really never could find a good place to put the tripod and camera without it getting run over by another operator, because we had 2 tractors and scrapers going, and an excavator, and sometimes a dozer. So most of this footage is just me kind of commenting on what's going on from inside the cab, but I think it's pretty good. It's definitely worth showing. So yeah, let's take a look at it. The first day that I arrived, they had already been digging out this pond for a couple days, so there was a pretty good hole there. So I don't have any before footage of what this area looked like. We started off loading the scrapers with the excavator because we were down into the mud and there was just no way you could drive a tractor and pull a scraper and load up that mud into the scraper, right? So it was much faster just to dig it out with the excavator and use the scrapers as dump trucks. One more on there. Alright, drive off over here. This hill is deceiving on camera, I bet. Even in person, I've actually had to have them get the dozer and push me up this hill twice now, so it may look like nothing to you, but it is a hill, especially when you're carrying a heap scraper full of mud. Trying to run the camera. Dirt's coming out. Come on. I ain't got enough arms. It must be a heavy load. Popping the D10 on the lever. Normally I just hit the lever and dump it out. Now I'm getting over into the mud. Oh, that's going to be great camera footage, isn't it? I cannot do this with one arm. Alright. Well, that's what it is. I'll come around. Oh, I think I can turn around here. Let's see if I can do this. Turn, turn, turn. Scraper down a little bit. See if I can level this goop out just a smidge. You can't see nothing because I can't see nothing. I'll just drop the cutting edge down a little bit with the scraper in the dump position. I have to wait a couple hours to show you this maneuver. Buried in the mud here. I slipped off. I was
trying to stay up on this dry spot over here, and everything just went literally sideways, and I'm in this mud hole here. You can see the mud on my tire. It's just, it is goop. So I'm stuck. Dozer's coming. Yay. There we go. Well, getting dark. About 6:15. Probably go another hour yet. I don't know if you can tell the difference we made. I'll have a lot of dirt today. Well, it shows up on camera very well through a dirty window and scale and all that, but made a pretty good dent today. Alright, I'm going to put you on head mount here. This is the third day of this. And I brought my window mount, my suction cup today, but it has a wrinkle in the suction cup. It didn't get stored correctly. So it won't stick to the window. So I gotta do head mount only, which isn't gonna be near as nice because it's gonna be a whole lot of me looking back and forth at machines and trying to look at levers and stuff, but that's the best I can do today. The only other mount I can think to do is the UHV sticky mounts, and I really don't want to put that all over this guy's tractor, so head mount it is. Oh, and the difference today is I'm actually using the scraper to load itself for a while here. Pretty soon we're going to switch to loading it with the excavator again, but we got a bunch of topsoil we're trying to remove on this spot. We'll get her down 18 inches or something like that, and then we'll switch back to loading with the excavator. At least I think that's the plan. That's working beautiful right now. Perfect. Oh, and I'm stuck. Come on. I'm out. Get going. Gonna load any more? Is that it? Getting a little more in it. That's about as full as I can get it. Just don't have the traction with this tractor to get her better than that. That's a pretty good run. Actually, it looks good and smooth back there. Might be figuring out how to run a scraper finally. I don't know if you can hear the hydraulics or not, but I mean, they're definitely on the higher pressure side, but they're working. I think my math was right on getting that. Getting the right size cylinders and everything else, so seems really good. There we go. Maybe the rest of it will fall out. Alright. Then with all these little mud clods out here, once again, you won't be able to see because of the sun. And I put the scraper to the ground. Just kind of skim it. See, you can see maybe it's hit. Maybe you can see it's not. Well, that's a little too deep there. Nope, not want that deep. I just want to skim the ground. So I'm just taking all the mud clods that fall off the tires, just kind of hitting them and moving them around a little bit. It makes it a lot smoother if I do that on the way back. Deep enough. Oh, come on. I can't do good. Come on. Raise the apron a little bit, maybe that'll help. I think the thing that really gets me is that other scraper gets to bouncing. So I end up with these high spots. And I can't pull through them. This scraper doesn't get to bouncing like the other one does, so it cuts off those high spots. Basically what I end up doing on my first pass, I think, is just cutting off all the high spots from the other scraper. Because it seems like when I go back through, I get a lot more dirt picked up. Obviously I'm not getting the scraper full in this short run. Don't have the traction to get it completely heaped, but I mean, that's pretty good, really. It's a pretty short run. Pretty happy with how much I get in there. Probably try to get a little more jammed in there on the way back, but I think I'll, why not? Why not? Let's see how that goes. See if I get any more in there. I don't think I'm actually gaining much. Really didn't gain anything doing that, so. It's raining, in case you can't tell by all the windows that you can't see out of. I think I'm done for the day. I'm gonna make another pass. There's a couple spots right here I'm gonna try to get, but I am sliding everywhere. It's raining just hard enough that I think maybe you can see it on camera that the top surface is just slick. So trying to get this slope down into the pond here, so it all slides this way. I don't know if that shows up on camera, so it's a little bit slick. And I thought, well, you know, you scrape off the top layer, next pass, have dry dirt, but I'm not keeping up with it. As you can see, I just made a pass and oh, yep, see I just slid down that hill. I can't stay on this hill now. That's not even much of a slope. So, I think I'm done for the day.
I did stop working for them that day, but I talked to them later and they said they actually did dig for a couple more days after that, and they got that end that was only about 5 or 6 foot deep dug down a long ways. They got it not as deep as the rest of the pond, but they said they significantly deeper, so whatever that means. They also told me that the pond filled up with water about 2, maybe 3 weeks after that, and that they were able to go ice skating for Christmas out there and have a blast with all the kids and grandkids and everything. They're already getting some good use out of this pond, and I think they're going to enjoy it for years to come.
Yeah, my scraper works. Woohoo! All right, see y'all in the next one.